Hey guys, Tuesday, May the 28th, 2024. I'm back from Las Vegas. What a week. Had a great time out there. Was working on a project and everything went well. Glad to be home. Made it yesterday for Memorial Day. Hang out with the kids, wife. It was all good. Hopefully you got a great Memorial Day. Got some lot of sun, hot dogs, hamburgers, whatever you do. But I was ditching to do a video, and I had to do a video market recap just to see what's cooking under the hood on these markets. So without any further delay, let's get into it. I'm using the monthly, as you can see, I can't even talk. Chop Fest within 3 months. Nasdaq is a little stronger. Russell is kind of choppy. Nikkei, Euro sideways, just chop. If you look at the weekly, the VIX is kind of waking up a little bit. You can see that we went up, we came down, we went up, and Nasdaq is kind of pushing a little lower. S&P just sideways, just very quiet, like it's waiting for something to happen. And because of Nvidia reporting, Nasdaq is a little, pushing higher. And Russell has an inside weekly candle. You can see that Nikkei and all these guys are just kind of slow. But the VIX is waking up a little bit. It looks like it made a, double bottom or fail new low. So maybe we could get a rally. That means that maybe things could come down. But too early to tell. Some traders are still on vacation. Then I got to come back, Tuesday to start working. These are the big ballers. So they're probably still partying and, hanging out by the pool in the Hamptons. Their Memorial Day is like a whole week. They're gone for a whole week with the family and the kids and whatever. You're single or your family. But anyway, maybe things will start picking up. I believe maybe by next week, volume will start increasing. Crude energy, you can see on the weekly, just inside, just chop. But if you look at the monthly, you really haven't gone anywhere with crude. Don't get me wrong, you can make money, swing trading this thing here and there, but what you really want to do is get something like this moving. When it's like choppy like this and it gives you this little capitulation, that's probably when you want to dip your toes in. So we don't have that yet. There's no capitulation down or capitulation up to really slam it, or down to take it up, but it's just kind of sideways, and this kind of reminds me of this. So once you see this happen, that's when you want to reverse and follow, and then if it's going to continue going higher. But nothing there, just quiet chop. Same with Brent. RBOB, same thing. We've been in this zone for you could say maybe 2 years. 2 years and change right here, from 3 to 2. Nothing happening within a whole year. Heating oil, nothing really. Kind of maybe pushing lower. You took out that low there. Maybe it may want to head to $2. We'll see. Natural gas got this nice little pop. And the question is it going to continue higher? So far, we stalled around 280, 280-ish around there. There's a trend line. There's 45-degree angles coming down here. So I knew it was going to stall. But as of right now, we have a weekly inside bar. So it's still undecided, even though it retraced. You got to take out that high or take out that low for now, a little correction, and then to do another leg higher. But that all remains to be seen. Ethanol got this nice little bump since March. I'll skip bonds. Cocoa looks like it got this nice flush. Maybe wants to retest the high, so keep an eye on that. Cotton looks like it's waking up. Looks like a fail new low. Maybe want to go up at least to maybe 90, because I see some resistance right there. Orange juice is moving. This is probably the trade to do. For some reason, I can't trade orange juice. It doesn't come up on my software, which I probably need to call, because there's a few. I don't see cocoa coming up. Maybe at least it needs to sign something. I don't know what it is. But on my platform, cotton either. I can't see cotton, cocoa, and orange juice, and coffee. So I need to find out what's the deal with that. But anyway, this is the trade. Look at that, very bullish. We stalled around 400, pulled back. So this is the one I will be buying on dips. Whenever it pulls back on any time frames, just accumulate. Just put something in there, because it's in a trend. It's trending. It's ignoring everything. So that's good. Coffee looks like it's kind of waking up. So this is probably another one I keep on my radar. Look at the weekly. Pull back, found support. Now it's going to test that high. And if it takes out that high, it's going to continue higher. You know what? Maybe we got to wait to see at least 250. Maybe take out this high right here and see if we can continue going higher. Lumber is still kind of stuck. Sugar is pushing lower, but I see some support down here. So if you're short, maybe that's when you want to lock in profits right here, or just tighten your stops, because it could just from there bounce up. Metals, a lot of high wicks. Looks like maybe they could probably, pull back. Silver now is finally getting strong. It took out that $30 at 31, but we're getting a lot of wicks on the gold. This is the monthly. Let's look at the palladium too. Is like kind of waking up. I mean, not palladium, platinum. But very choppy, very risky. So if you like buy here, this is your upside right here, and then it goes back. So I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe here, but it's just still chop. You're in chop since 2021. So you haven't really gone nowhere. So if you would have had that money locked in there, you're just going to be like, man, I could have put it in somewhere else that's kind of, trending or moving higher. Copper, that was a trade I did maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, or maybe a couple. I was long and I got out at 5, and so far inside weekly bar. So it hasn't really decided if it wants to go higher or break down. So keep an eye on that. But that was my target, $5. And that was this is what you want. You want it kind of like looking like this, and put your alerts, like an alert on $4, and then go long. But when you see this, you don't want to be there. So you want to, put like what markets we were seeing, like crude. Perfect example of crude. Put an alert up here and put an alert down here. So wherever it breaks, that's the direction you want to go. Same thing with the metals market. Where were we? Copper. Right here. All this right here, when you look at it the monthly, this is that whole move right here. Actually, maybe it was here. It's 2020. 2019, 2020. Actually, you know what I'm saying. Right here. When you get that breakout, that it reflects on the weekly. Platinum, I'm still watching it. It's still not giving me the umph I want. So I have alerts from the bottom. I have alerts here. I don't watch it as much until, I see price, either kiss some certain levels, but I still have my alerts on them. But nothing really cooking with palladium. Even though I know the cycles are up, but it's not doing anything, or it's not following. In regards to the meats, I like feeder cattle for some reason. It really hasn't pushed lower compared to live cattle. But I want to see if we could take out that high right there. And if we can, then that could be a good, opportunity to even go longer. Let's look at the monthly on cattle. And yeah, it's very toppy right here. But if we could take out that high, it could probably push higher. Live cattle is a little more, on Chop Fest within that range. But you put your alert, like I said. Lean hog, it's not really interesting. The grains, this one, I am long. I got back in just because I think it wants to go higher. We got that flush. My target was 650. It came back down. Then you got this bull kicker candle on the weekly. And now it's kind of, there at 706, between 700 and 706. I think it could probably go either to 750 all the way to 800. And that's this level right here. Close to 800. So I'm long wheat. See how that goes. Soybean meal's looking good. Even though this looks pretty ugly here, it's going to be chop fest. I'm watching it. Maybe for some pullbacks. Maybe. The thing is that it's just so low risk. 400. Maybe 450. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just kind of watching it right now. Soybeans, nothing really here. Corn, I got stopped out on that trade. Wheat is probably the one I'm trading and watching, and then soybeans I'm not trading. I want to see how this is, price action to see if we could probably grind higher. It's for higher levels, but so far wheat is the one on the grains to trade, in my opinion. Currencies, the dollar. It's just chop fest. This is the whole month. 2023 pure chop from 100 to 104. You're scalping, great. In and out, it's perfect because you got your defined risk, your level. But for trending markets that are trending, this is not a conducive market to like place a trade and think it's going to ride somewhere. So you can see it with everybody else. So pretty much nothing there. Set your alerts. That's the way you don't have to keep watching. As soon as you get something on your phone or an email, then you could be like, oh, okay, so now maybe things are starting to move. Maybe the consolidation is over and it's either going to go down or up. And that's going to be inverse for all the currencies. So chop fest on currencies on the US dollar and everybody else. Wheat is the play to the upside. Maybe soybean meals because it's kind of moving. Meats, watch feeder cattle. Take out that high. Unless it's a bull trap, it might grind higher. And if it does, it might pull live cattle. So maybe this was probably the better play to get in and catch up. And I don't do really lean hogs. I don't see really nothing there. It's just kind of chop. The metals, be careful with gold. Could be getting toppy here. Silver looking good. Could maybe push higher. Maybe they all could push higher. Platinum looking good. Maybe 1200 if this is going to continue. Just look at the weekly. Yeah, it's kind of like an inside weekly bar. So just keep an eye on that. See them all here. This one has even more of a range. It doesn't want to go higher, but it doesn't want to go lower. So this is where you probably put your alerts right here. From 2300 all the way to whatever this high is. And the same thing with silver. That's your range. This is kind of more tight. So you want to kind of play the weekly bar technique and see how that plays out. So if it goes higher, it's going to push higher. If it's going to take out 30, it's probably going to push lower, maybe at least at 26. There's a lot of support there, maybe, and then do another leg higher. Copper was $5 was the target, so put your alerts there. Looks like it may want to retrace and push lower, maybe get down to $4.50. And platinum, just pure chop fest. Softs, orange juice is the trade to go long. Any pullbacks, I would buy. Cotton maybe is starting this. It's in a range too. So this is more like you're scalping or you're swing trading. This is kind of your tight range here, but it may go to 100. But so far, this bottom area is holding. Maybe go long and maybe have a target of 100, or maybe this high right here, this level. So it could probably be a little, maybe like to 90 or 85. You got to define your risk. But orange juice is the place to go. Maybe coffee for pullback, but it looks like it wants to maybe test that high again, maybe a target of 240. Lumber is chop, and sugar, there's no demand for it. Bonds, just kind of stuck in a chop fest there. Energy, just pure chop fest. The only thing I would watch would be natural gas within this weekly bar. Put alerts. It's either going to break down or continue going higher, retest that high and push higher, maybe to go to $3.50. There's a lot of things I was watching while I was away when I had some breaks that, maybe this could be a little retracement. June, July is kind of weak on natural gas, seasonality wise. So maybe there could be a pullback. Maybe this is a 1, 2, 3, but we'll see. There's a lot of things that I also have to look at, cycles and everything else that I do. And then the indices, finally, just keep your eyes. It's very quiet. Very quiet. We're not pushing higher. And if we do, the bottom feeders show up like here, 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 you know, buy the dip mentality until we get something like really ugly that things can spook the kids. We haven't gotten that yet. And the VIX is at the bottom of the range. So just need a little something to startle the markets for VIX to go up and the markets to go down. But I'm watching it. I'm watching like a hawk, and I'll probably be trading Russell if anything crazy happens. Well, I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on Market Recap.